What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we've got an unbagging. The folks at LureNet sent me over their bi-monthly bank and creek fishing kit, which is awesome because it's aimed at the folks who bank and creek fish. And in my opinion, the bank anglers don't get enough love. Now, I've also got some other things to show you, some new stuff and things that you just can't find anywhere from over at LureNet. So enough yapping, let's take a look. Okay, starting out, they give you the literature. They give you a cool little drawing how to do the jig float rig. That is drawn by Mr. Frank Scalish, Uncle Frank, super nice guy. Shows you kind of where, how to fish it. Kind of a neat little illustration. Some stickers in there. And speaking of, let's start with this. So for the bank, creek anglers, you know, like a little paddle tail or a little curly tail, these are some of the Bobby Garlands that come in here. 2-inch hyper grub. You can see there, nice long curly tail grub, and also this little baby shad swimmer. Now I am going to open these because these are going in my my little trout fishing kit. I think they would work well for trout, a bunch of other type of little panfish. I love that color too, kind of the sexy shad parrot look. And it's also got the little deal there where it's segmented to help that tail kind of move. Now I'm opening these. Usually I give these away. I'm keeping this one open using some of this stuff because make sure you join this Saturday's live, my Thanksgiving Day live, well, after Thanksgiving, but Day of Giving, because I'm going to have a whole bunch of giveaways. So yes, I'm keeping this one, but I'll be giving a bunch of cool stuff away. Now to go with those plastics, they also do give you some of the crappy pro little jig heads there. These little tiny ones, those 1/32 I really like. And then some of the little larger 1/16 ounce. Notice I say quote unquote larger. Be fun just to throw them. I've got that BFS casting deal. I was throwing a 16th ounce inline spinner. Something like this I think would be fun. I'm not trying to go down to like 1/78 and throw it on a baitcaster. I'll just use a spinning rod. But a couple of those. They also threw in the Yum Mud Bug. Now if you've never seen these, this is actually really funny timing because I was just talking about these on my live last Saturday. I love the cool, you know, realistic looking craw deals. This one looks just like that, a little craw laying on its side, kind of curled up. I bought these a long time ago and I've honestly never purchased them again since because they've got a hollow body deal. When I originally purchased them, I thought, oh, a Ned rig, but it's like, it's all hollow back here. But one thing I wondered is, could I do like a stupid tube type of thing on it? Hold on. All right, I had to go hunting here. Normally I just use lead stupid tube, and I'm fairly new to it. Actually, it was fishing with Gramps that got me into it, but these are some from Swagger Tungsten. I think it's the Secret Lures. They make some of these stupid tube heads. If you've never seen one of these rigged up, you just take your hook and go clear down to the head, about like so. Pop that through. Bring the head in and gently coax it around. Pop the little line tie through. Then you've got that. That is the stupid tube. So that is a weedless tube, weedless presentation. Might have got that up just a little too far. There you go. You can Texpose that, tie your line here, and you've got a weedless tube. So when the fish grabs it, your hook point comes through. Now I was wondering, could we do that? No, unfortunately it's too short. So that was the way I got them before and fished them, was just with a regular straight shank tube head. This isn't going to work, but I really wanted to fish these with a Ned head. Comment below and let me know if you fished these. How have you done it? I really haven't found a place for them. I would rather use like a Ned rig craw, but I suppose if you wanted to put it like a little tube head in there and fish an exposed hook, like an exposed Ned rig, that would certainly work. Okay, next, Randizzle would be proud of this bag because it comes with the ever famous heavy finesse jig War Eagle 3/8 ounce, which is what I like. Really wish we could get them to do a 5/16, but these are absolute catchers. Randizzle, my buddy Randy, for those of you new to the channel, is a jig fishing fanatic, especially the finesse jigs, and he absolutely has kicked my butt I don't know how many times with this exact jig right here. Nice stout little hook, really sharp, and it's just a good little finesse presentation. So if you're somebody new to jigs, I always advise somebody to try a finesse jig like this. You get a bunch of bites, and believe me, it catches big fish. That guy's caught so many big fish on this. It's an absolute catcher. So if you're new to these, especially as a bank angler, I think the round ball head like this is the best all around, you know, for fishing riprap banks, you know, little fishing jetties and stuff. This is absolutely it. I wish it just came in a 5/16 because that is my favorite size. We did get a bobber in there. I'm not a huge bobber, minnow, worm fisherman. I think this is so you could do the cork, you know, like the crappie float type deal. I don't really do that. I just like throw a jig out and kind of retrieve it, but I know floating a jig like this is awesome. I just really don't use bobbers too much, so maybe that will go in a giveaway, like a crappie giveaway. Now this is where I think this bag is super, super cool. They do custom colors that are used to be only for the bag, but now they've got it. When you go online to LureNet and you scroll down to the bag stuff, you can actually get the custom colors like these that used to only be available in the bag. You can buy these separate, which is really cool. Like I said, I'll leave my link below, 15% off. These make a cool gift because it's not something anybody can just go out and buy. They're only on the website. They only make like, I think 300 of each, and then it's gone. So really cool, you know, little way to give somebody something that's, you know, you just can't go out and buy everywhere. This one is absolutely sick. Little Bandit 100 for bank fishermen, 2 to 5 feet, a perfect crank to throw. This is the old radioactive. Anywho, purple, chartreuse, got a little bit orange. That thing is absolutely beautiful. Love that one. Okay, now this one, the crick hopper, little grasshopper looking thing. I think I threw this some time ago. Obviously not one of my favorite baits. You don't really see me throw this. I'd rather just throw the Rebel Pop R. Rebel Pop R is one of the absolute best, hard to beat. But custom color, that's the old blazing hopper. I bet some pond fish would crush that. Okay, and the last one in here, I think this is a custom color as well. Banded Sculpin. The color is super neat. I can think of jerkbait, crankbait, a number of other things I would really like to see that in. Look how natural that is with the broken up lines and stuff. Really neat. The track down minnow, honestly not something I've ever thrown. On the back you can see. Weighted to dive quickly and stay in the strike zone and current, fishing deeper water, trout, smallmouth, largemouth. You know, so like a creek where there's current going through it where you might be fishing for smaller trout. I have heard of people throwing those, but honestly not something I throw. Usually a floating or a suspending minnow like this. Now, remember those custom colors? I put an order in and grabbed some of these. Like I said, they only do 300 because some of these are absolutely sick. Again, Bandit 100 in the electrocution, 2 to 5 foot diver. For us bank anglers, this is what we need. A shallow diving crank like this. Bright chartreuse, going to be good in that kind of stained-ish water because you can see it is still see-through. You know, clear kind of body, kind of ghosted with the kind of bone-looking sideline deal there. Blue on it, good way to, you know, mimic a ghost, maybe even a shad with that kind of ghosty to it, or even, you know, a young bluegill. Just a super cool color. Now in the little bit deeper diving Bandit 300 pearl crappie, and look at that. Oh, I am a sucker for crappie patterns. You don't see very many of these on the market. I think it's a very underrated color pattern. Something like this, you know, when you get a glimpse of that, could also look like a hybrid bass if you have those, even a baby bass coming over. So, you know, even if you don't have crappie in your waters, a good one there. I really like that one. And these are all, I believe these are all Uncle Frank's creations. So he does such a good job, and he's such a nice dude. And this one, oh man, I could think some Ozark cats through on this one. This is the Norman Middle End Clear Orange Craw. And that thing right there, oh, kind of reminds you of, you know, like a wigglewort, that clearish kind of greeny haze craw look to it. It's got some orange up there, kind of look like the tips of the pinchers and then orange spots on it. I really like that one too. I need to try to craft up some of those would look like some of these Midwest craws. Since they also had some of these left, I grabbed these. These were in a bag some time ago. The Sriracha Craw, Cotton Cordell Spot, one of my all-time favorites. Like I said, you used to be able to get these at Walmart for, you know, a couple bucks. They've got these now. Oh, gosh, what a good one to just burn. They don't cost a bunch. Burn on the banks, especially that color for spring. I grabbed a ton of the Boyos because early this year, Topwater, this was it. This was my all-time winner for this year. You'll see that on my best and worst lures of the year, but this color right here, absolutely love. Again, one of those special 300 only custom patterns. Grab one of those before they're gone, and then I don't know if this one was or not. I grabbed this out of the bag just because it's kind of cool. Kind of that juvenile bluegill, what do they call it? Oh, bluegill fry. Fitting. But again, it's got, you know, that custom painted look to it. I can't remember if this is a normal one or one of the customs. I just thought that one looked cool, so I grabbed it. And I grabbed some white, some silver, just a bunch of those. That little Boyo spook, it's still a 3/8 ounce, but you can see there, Debo finger right at that 3-inch mark. Really cool little bait. And then to round it out, some plastics. Now these are ones I didn't even know of these when I put my order in over there. Great Lakes apparently is now owned through LureNet, and I don't know if they were like a deal of their own. I'd never even heard of these guys, but look at these little craws for like river, small ponds and stuff. They sell some of these too. I got some of the heads, just a regular little round ball head. You can see it's got the two kind of cone-shaped keepers on there, but it's got a gummy hook on it. You can see they're super sharp, and they're flat matte colors. I really like that. You know, out of when you're shooting your molds, plastics, CNC, those come out really shiny, but on like a sand cast mold, they come out with that matte, which actually look like that look is what I was going to say, of that matte. I don't know, that's a really cool looking little craw, just a real tiny finesse. Also got that one in the matte black there, you can see the difference. And then last up, dare I say it, I got some daggum drop shot minnows. I want to try them some more. I want to try to up my drop shot game out in the boat, or if I decide to get a kayak, but these little drop shot minnows look cool. And I believe like the big allure to these is They're supposed to be like really neutrally buoyant so they stay straight. You know, they're not ones that sink, so they do this on your drop shot hook or really float to, you know, float up like that. They're supposed to be really neutrally buoyant to sit horizontally in the water and look like a little, you know, minnow. Look at how much action. Look at that on that tail. With just barely moving my hand. Anyway, like that Pro Grape. Even like a Demiki rig, or I like how they say here, underspin trailer. I like that. Or even on a little Ned rig. They've got the frosted shad color. Iridescent, which is cool. I don't know if you can see that kind of iridescent blue sparkle hue to it. Very clear water fish there. And then this one, I really like this one. Green pumpkin, purple flake. This will be a great one around here. Good way to mimic little small bluegill, small bait fish minnows and stuff. But there you go. Let me know, comment below, out of all these, which do you think is the coolest? Some of these custom colors, you can only get, you know, a run of 300. I think those are neat to have. I think this little craw is pretty cool. And I think it'd be fun to get out with the temperatures plummeting here to try and do some crappie fishing, maybe off some docks or something. These would be fun. I've never thrown these little shad swimmers, but comment below and let me know. Now, like I said, I'm not giving this one away. Usually I give the bag away, but make sure you tune in this Saturday because I'm going to be doing all kinds of giveaways and stuff as a thank you to all of you out there. Because dang it, as many times as I've said it, I would not be here if it was not for all of you. I don't have a specific fishing friend today. It's just got to be, like I said, everybody that continues to support me. I've been doing this for, I went back and looked, you know, 2017. I've been doing it way longer than I thought. I appreciate all the folks that have stayed with me, all the new people I have coming to the channel. I do it because I love it. You know, I'm not here to be some famous YouTube crazy guy. I'm just a dude that fishes like all of you, and I love to share, you know, bait stuff, things that have worked for me, gear stuff, you know, just being a bait fanatic who loves to talk fishing with people. You know, it's always good company when I do the lives and hang out and see people out in the wild that say, hey, you're Debo, and we stop and talk. So anyway, love y'all. Come join me next Saturday, but that's enough for today. Thanks for watching, and until next time.